Today, we're gonna go for the triple makeout. All right, guys, it's a genius. Welcome to the show. Today, we're gonna talk about the triple makeout and why it's important to make out with their friends. Now, a lot of guys already are afraid to go for the kiss close or the makeout because you're gonna wonder whether or not the girl's gonna dodge a kiss. First thing I'll tell you is expect her to dodge your kiss the first time around, but don't let that hold you back. As a matter of fact, if she's still standing there and she's not leaving the set, then that tells you you have to go for it again. And if it's a two-set, especially a two-set, a lot of time guys wonder whether or not it's a good idea to try to kiss them both. And in my opinion, I say go for it. Because here's the thing. The reason why girls love to make out is because it's fun. And girls just want to have fun. And the more ways that you can bring fun to the interaction, the more the girls are going to stay around and want you to stay around, and the interaction is just going to get better and better. So the problem is that a lot of times, if there's a two-set, a girl that you're interested in might be all entertained, or let's just say she's all into you, but then her friend might not necessarily be having a good time. She could be bored. She could be, sitting there watching you guys, wondering if any guy's going to come talk to her. And this can cause you problems in the interaction if you're not careful. See, if you don't work both girls in the set, more than likely her friend is going to actually pull you away. Just last night I had an interaction where I'm talking to this really hot girl, and she actually did me a favor by saying, "Hey, I want you to see my friends." I was like, "Oh, how could I forget that?" And the thing about it is, like, these are the real easy mistakes to make. Most guys, they're really excited, especially when they're talking to a hot girl, just to focus all their attention on the so-called target. But again, if you forget her friends, you could be causing yourself a lot of trouble and a lot of problems. So, and another thing too is when you think about girls and why they would do something spontaneous like that, and why most of the times they won't, it's because most girls, most people in general are afraid of being judged around people in the venue. So, but as soon as someone comes in and takes over the set, then that person, it's up to that person. What a leader is a person who comes in and shows what the proper behavior is. So if two girls, let's say, wouldn't have any problem making out with each other, but wouldn't necessarily do it in public unless someone came in and did it for them, then you, being that leader who comes into the set and takes charge, you would actually make them comfortable making out with one another, simply because to you it's no big deal. So as soon as you initiate it and you're taking charge and you're leading the interaction, next thing you know, they're going to do it. So this is why leading is the most important thing you have to do in a set. You have to lead on everything. You have to take the girl, lead around the club. You have to take the girl, lead the interaction, do most of the talking, do most of the physicality. You have to do all of that. It's up to you as a man to take the lead, to take charge. And another thing too is when you lead, see, a leader is not hesitant about what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. There is no half-stepping, and any flinch in your leadership will cause the girl to doubt whether or not it's okay to follow your lead. And if you look back on all your blowouts, especially when I look back at my blowouts, it always comes to even the little micro moments of where I failed to lead. And that's just how human beings are. Most human beings don't like to lead. It takes too much risk, takes too much hard work, and it's up to only a few of us in society to actually take charge and be the leader in our interaction. So when you go in and you're escalating, you want to be passionate about it. I mean, what makes a good, strong leader is someone who's passionate about what they're doing. So if you want to go for that kiss, make it a passionate kiss. Don't hold back. You know, what I like to do is I like to, again, pretend like I'm the Cookie Monster and basically eat the girl's face off. I mean, I'll be nibbling on her ear, you know, just using my facial hair to scratch her and tickle her face. I'll basically start from the top of her head, kiss all the way down to her lips, kiss her in the back of her neck, kiss all around her neck, bite her neck, do all kinds of crazy stuff to get her to where she's just, you know, all giddy and all you know, excited. And it's just like, you know, when you playing with a little kid, you know, you're basically going after them, and the kid just gets excited because it's overwhelming for him. So when you go in for the kiss, make sure it's a passionate escalation. Don't hold back, and expect her to resist. You know, again, expect her to pull back. That just gives you the signals to let up off of the gas, and then take a step back, kind of recalibrate, go back for it again. Especially in a loud nightclub, there's really not much opportunities to talk. You know, there's just, the music's too loud. You have to really depend on that physical game in order to keep the interaction fun and exciting. And so the girl and her friends, you want to make sure that they're all in it together, and that will make it a lot easier for you at the end of the night. So another thing too is, and this is something I'm working on myself, is using the high five in the middle of the interaction. So let's say you already got the girl in set, you might even do a little escalation a little bit. It's important that anytime you lose physicality simply because you're maybe taking one step back, that you try to regain that physicality somehow. So if that means going for the high five again, grab her hand, pull her back around, maybe even put her hand on your butt, and then just hold her like this. You'd be surprised. The other night I was holding a girl like this, and we were just spinning around in circles, just like bonding. And that everybody in the club sees you doing that, and even the girls, the other hot girls in the venue see you doing that, and they wish they were that girl that's bonding with you in that physical way. So go for the high five in the middle of an interaction if you don't have a way to touch her, and then bring her hand back in around your waist or maybe even on your butt, and just hold her like this and start going for the makeout. It's just a cool thing to do. And if her friends are standing right there, don't leave her out. Include her in on some of the action. While you're holding her, take a friend over, claw her in, and start making out with her. Start holding her, do a three-way hug, three-way makeout. Next thing you know, everybody's having fun, and it's all good from there. So basically, another thing you can do too is, like, when I'm taking a step back or calibrating myself, I like to take the girl's hand, start off with her hand and start kissing her hand like this, and then maybe go up like that, pull her in, start kissing her on her neck. Next thing you know, I mean, you literally, when you're doing this to a girl, you feel her whole body body temperature just warming up. It's like a furnace. You could feel her getting so turned on that by the time you go from her neck to her cheek to her lips, it's on. And it's just so natural, so automatic that she can't help it. So these are just some tips to get real physical in your physical game. I'm all about physical game. My man Ozzy from RSD, that's basically who all I listen to. He says, number one thing is keep your physical game after you get over your fears and the interaction, and you're just going to have that much more success and that much more results in your game. So this video is going to be a little bit shorter than some of my other videos on tips, but I just want to reemphasize again, if you got her friends there with you, I don't care if it's 4 or 5 of her friends, try to make out with all of them, even the fatty. You know, it might not be necessary because maybe her other friends are occupying each other, but if you being in charge of the set now, if you notice that one of her friends is starting to get bored of the interaction, what's going on, then you better change it up somehow, because if not, you might lose a set. So if that means going for her to make out, then call one of her friends in, do it as well so her friends can have some fun too, then you got to go for it. So anyways, so that's all my tips for the day. A few announcements. Again, Express Coach, we're vigorously doing the beta testing. Should be ready pretty soon. It's going to revolutionize virtual coaching. Be on the lookout for that. And then also on my Genius channel, that channel is going to be more of like I guess you would say the Tai Lopez of game, in the sense that a lot of my personal philosophies on life, fitness, health, and finance is going to be talked about in that channel. You might be surprised on what I think about life in general, about game, about finance. It's a different take. I'm a businessman myself. I'm growing my business, but my methodology is a little bit different than some of these other finance gurus or some of these other success coaches talk about. So you might be interested in that, and basically just check that channel out, subscribe to it as well. That's Genius 2005. Check it out. You're going to love that channel. So anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say. I love the fact that people are taking the time to watch my videos. I put out a special reaction on the new Star Wars movie, Force Awakens, coming out. Check that video out as well. And basically, I'm just trying to build these 2 channels I have, view by view. And if it takes me 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, it doesn't matter. I know what I'm putting out is good content, value, things that you can run with, material that comes from personal experience, and a philosophy that is a little bit more different and I would say more enlightened than just your typical guru YouTube type of advice that you see out there. So that's it all I have for today. And like I said, like and subscribe my videos. And until next time, keep taking action.